Howdy, 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 everybody. How's it going this evening or this morning or wherever it is where you happen to be this time of the day? Oh man, buttons. I looked over, I was like, oh, my timer's about to start. Or I stopped that over and get started, and I didn't even have my microphone pulled out, so caught me a little off guard. I reached up to grab it and move it, and I'm like, there's nothing here. And so yeah, I did that. Yes, buttons are hard. How are you doing, TB? I'm not doing too bad. I got a kind of a late start this evening. I was working on some stuff in my office, and I was like, oh, I think I'll stream a little bit before I go to bed. The kids are already off doing their thing. They're sleeping down in our living room, and like, oh, I'll go do this. And I was down here cleaning, and I look up and I'm like, ah, crap, it's getting a little on the late side already. I thought I might want to get some things going, get started this evening. And of course, I've got my glasses on and my headphones that are not set to be comfortable with my glasses. So other than that, everything's going well. And then I was playing around getting my button to mute. Oh, and it actually works. Haha. It was completely irrelevant to everything else I was doing. I had a sticky note on my little board here that said, make this mute my background music. And now I can throw that sticky note away. Okay. It's been a bit. Last weekend was kind of chaotic. I had some technical difficulties. I was having some troubles working through between we had let's say it was like a power flicker. It wasn't really a surge, but we had this thing basically killed all my stuff in my house, and as a result of that, yeah, it was weird. Most of my stuff's on a UPS, except my desktop apparently. But whatever happened, and I don't know if it was what happened, but so my home office is set up to run my personal computer and equipment and then my work laptop. So I've got one of these. It's an IO Gear. It's not a KVM switch. It's just a USB switcher. So it switches 4 USB ports from one computer to the other. And it basically stopped working. It took me about 3 days to figure out that was what the cause of the problem was, because I was having these weird issues where like my Stream Deck wasn't working, and like my keyboard and mouse was acting weird or really sluggish. And I thought, oh man, maybe something got hosed up. And I didn't think it was the hub because my work laptop worked fine, but it's not switching right. I noticed that if I sit there and I switch through it enough times, it eventually starts working. So I've got a new one on order, and I hope that's the only thing that died. But that was a kind of an unfortunate thing to happen. I basically, like, the whole weekend I'm sitting here thinking, oh man, I'm gonna have to like replace a power supply in my computer. And I was really dreading that because my desktop PC is really compact, and to get the power supply out, I have to take everything apart. And so I was like going this to my head, and like, when I put that thing together, I never intended to take it back apart. Lots of zip ties and lots of different kind of, I don't want to say bad choices with my cable management, but I've got everything tucked away very nicely. But luckily I think I have everything working now. But yeah, man, I think was that on Friday? Yeah, I don't remember. It was sometime, and I just know that I had other things that acted weird because of it. But luckily my important stuff like my NAS and all my other things where I back stuff up, luckily all that's on a UPS and got surge protection. I guess all my stuff has surge protection, just not battery backup. And yeah, I was a little bit on the paranoid side that I was going to have to go replace my PC. I was not. I'll do that meme where like I'm not financially prepared for that from Tiger King. But things seem to be going a little bit smoother now, so we should be good to go. All right. Well, I think tonight I'm going to. Well, I'm trying to get back up to speed with where I was on my Steam game server. And I'm hoping I can finish off this Zomboid game run, and then I want to kind of play around with the UI a little bit and see if I can get that semi-polished up. I don't intend to make it the most beautiful UI, but I want it to be functional, so when I start running through some of these tests and demos, I can click through it, because I want to start creating some documentation. Like your UI. Yeah, yours still looks way better than mine does so far. Mine's still got the default out of the box kind of ugliness and just some really crappy buttons that I've put all over the place. But yeah, generally it's UI is one of those things that I can't do it well. I mean, that's not true. I do it pretty well when I focus on it, but it's not intuitive, I guess, is the way to look at it for me. If it's really basic, I kind of get it, but once you start getting to some more complicated stuff, that's when I really struggle. It's definitely not a, what do you call it, a first-class citizen in my professional career to get it to work right. So yeah, it's still definitely makes me feel like I don't know anything every time I get into it. And that's partially because I don't work in front-end development very often. Most of, like, even on my normal day-to-day job, what I work on is typically either back-end stuff or really report oriented, like presenting data and trying to get that data maximized in a single, easy to digest view. So, pretty UI elements and stuff are typically secondary, and every time we want to do something like that, we've kind of gone and we've created a standard. Like, we have a standard template, like this is what we use for all of our UI, and I can just take that and I can just slap it on top of everything I've built, and then it's done. So I don't have to do a lot of custom development when it comes to UI stuff. So yeah, we'll see. All right, so I was working last time. The front end makes me feel so uncomfortable, but streaming, people respond way more when they see things. That's true, yeah. Although if I had conversations like this morning every stream, I wouldn't worry about that. Yeah, it was a pretty good stream this morning. I'm glad I was able to jump on. I was working from home, and part of this where my thing wasn't working, I haven't been using my laptop, my work laptop connected to my desk setup. So I was actually sitting at my desk on my laptop, and I was hacking away, and I saw that you went live, and I'm like, hey, I can join on with my other computer. So I was able to kind of multitask a little bit this morning in my downtime when I was trying to play Project Manager, which is what it appears I'm going to be doing for the rest of this year, at least for now, being a project manager. Not the role I want to be doing. That is very out of my comfort zone. We'll see how it goes. I just hope it gets done with. I hope it doesn't drag out for too long. I'm up here out of the way. Oh. Yeah, oof. It is definitely oof on that. I was pushing really hard not to be a project manager for this, and you know what? It hasn't made a difference. I'm still doing it. It's just kind of like the whole time I kept telling my boss, like, this project needs a project manager. I am not a project manager. We need one. And yeah, it never happened. So I guess it is what it is. We'll persevere. Let's see. Yeah, I started running this because I couldn't remember. I was thinking I was having some problems getting the server itself to run, so getting it to load in the UI was not working right. I want to go back and kind of test this a little bit and figure out where I'm at. Oh, I probably should have the game loaded too, shouldn't I? Yeah, I know things. Oh, I got my... Man, I am all out of whack. My water's on the wrong side. Jeez, I don't know what's going on. been one of those days. My head has been like down working on things like all day. I even took off work early because the kids got out of school early. And at one point I walked out of my office, and I'm in the basement, so I've got a little walkout patio, and I look outside and I'm like, hey, it's raining outside. And I'm like, I didn't know it was gonna rain. I had this paranoid fear that I left the windows down in the vehicle after I took the kids to school this morning, so I had to go run out in the rain to see if I left the windows down. I didn't, thankfully, but it was one of those things. Like, I knew it was nice to be outside. It was nice outside. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll go just leave the windows down. I'll be outside. And yeah, then I look outside. I'm like, crap, it's raining. I'm like, crap, it's raining. I gotta go outside. I've done that more times than I can count. I get up, go to work the next morning, like after a big heavy rainstorm, and I go out and I don't even really notice until I go to sit in the seat, and it's just soaked, and I'm like, well, looks like I'm gonna have to drive with this with a wet butt today. Let's see. Server is not responding. Refresh. Oh no, I can't do that too quickly. Yeah, I think this is what was happening last time. I think what I was finding is that this one has just got such a long startup time and stuff that it was making it kind of painful to really troubleshoot on stream just because of all the downtime. I don't think it's actually done loading the game, which is part of the problem. Yeah. Because it knows the server name, but yeah, it's still not doing anything. Oh man. It's every time I work on these things, I'm like, I should just go and be a consultant for all the network side of some of these simpler games. That's the kind of coding that I could do day in, day out, writing network interfaces and sending data back and forth. I've done quite a bit of that. But yeah, I don't think that's going to be a thing. Feels like my monitor's tipped. I've been fighting with that thing so much. I think I screwed with my screens a little bit. Yeah, I think that's right. Oh, initializing server systems. All right, well, that's going. Let's take a look at what do I have here. Yeah, I've got a feeling that most games are thrown together in ways that give me nightmares. I think that's true, especially on what I'm gonna call the not gaming aspects of it, like network-based servers where they have to communicate back and forth. I always kind of get the feeling that the way they made those work was kind of more of I'm just going to throw stuff out at it and see if it works. And if it works, great, we walk away. I think a good example of that is one of my buddies had set up, what's the game? The new one, Pal World. And that server is just an absolute, there's nothing. Like you start it and you don't see anything. You don't see any kind of no UI, no logging, no kind of console thing. You fire it up and it's working. And the only way you know is by trying to connect. and I'm just like, the whole time I'm like, I get it. That's kind of the last thing, but it would be, I don't know, nice to get a message that said server is ready or server is loaded or something. Oh, hey, there it is. So it is working. Where's the join button? Join server. But yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm. It's like everything else, right? People work on what they can work on, And then there's always some kind of pressure to just get it out the door, get a product ready. And so you do whatever you can. And like I said, if that's just slapping stuff together to make it work, it'll be good enough. We'll fix it in the next iteration, or whatever the common excuse is when it comes to working on those things. Just randomize. Yeah, I forgot everything on this game is slow. This game seems pretty stable though. It's just slow to get going. So everything seems like it works pretty well. Let me make sure I get logged out. I'm gonna stop the game. Oh, that's right, it's a Docker image. There are no editors installed. Luckily, I have the thing right here. So this is the script that starts it, and I don't see anything here that I would have to modify, which is the nice thing about this one versus the last one I did. I was trying to put custom tag or arguments onto that script to make it work. Yeah, so that all looks good. So I don't think I need to modify that. I think what I'm gonna have to modify this. And I have, so I've changed, I have modified, I have modified this one. So I have a custom one there. Oops, no. This is what I want. Zomboid 2, that's the server. Okay, so this might be all right then. I know there were a few I had a whole bunch of settings for this, didn't I? Yeah, there's a ton of these. Where were those things at? They were in a different folder. They were actually in here. Server. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this was all the stuff. Ah. Do that one. Right, so this is where I cut all of those settings out of. Yeah. So, okay, now I remember what I was doing. So the server sets some values. The creating this container image, that's pretty standard across all of them. I have the Docker file. Ooh, wow. File contents, that's up here. All right, that's the custom container. And then create server configuration. That's what this part is. So I am creating this. I'd close the window. Why would I do that? Server, yeah. Server test.ini. And I think what I was going to do was I was going to have this thing right. Oh yeah, I did. I was doing the reflection stuff because I remember commenting that I don't like working with reflection typically. And I build the config file as a string inside the class. Okay. So then here, I think what I want to do, I'm going to bring this one back over. This is the one I'm testing. I'm going to let's copy and paste this one. server test bridge. So now, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to say when I, oh, this, no, wait, this is create the server configuration. What do I want? I don't think I care. No, I'm going to have it just delete that file if it exists. See if the config file exists. If it does, delete it. If file exists, it's going to be path combine server path. In this case, what is server path? That's the game server path. I want this one, not that one. And that gets me to 1.2. No, up one. So that'll actually put it in a new spot. So okay, so that'll be that one. So it'd be inside here, and then it'll be that setting. Oh, now I remember why I didn't just knock this out right away. Okay, I need to do, I think I need to process these this way. I need to create the container image, create the Docker file, create the server create the Docker file so it creates all those files. I make sure I know where it's at. Okay. All right, let's run the app and see what I need to modify in the UI so I can do that. That's what I need to do. All right, where did my windows go? Yep, here we go. See if I have one that I created. Shoots my goots. That's Project Zomboid. There we go. Oh, don't want all that. That's right, I need to clean up all of these things. It. Alright, well, let's just work on cleaning this stuff up, because all of this looks wrong. I don't have an admin password. PP browser, let's pull that up too. That's right, because I had that issue where Entity Framework smashed all my tables together, and I didn't want that. So this one's ID is 14. Let's just try that and see if it pulls it up. It could be this UR. ID is not 0. In fact, it is 14. Yeah, okay. Server home is data/Zomboid. Server name, dedicated server. Config file location. That's right, I gave it that property. Okay. However, yeah. Okay, let's just step through it. Let's not try to fix this one. We're gonna work through, excuse me, the bugs, as it were. So we have game servers. So I have Project Zomboid. From here, I will click Create New Server. That takes me to a breakpoint. I get the game server. So, got all the settings. The game server ID is 2. Add in that new one. Then I go to, so what is Zomboid config? What is its what is its ID? Its ID still comes back as 0. So why? That's the right value, right? Game server ID. The port information. Oh, this is the 2ID thing. So the enabled server has an ID. Right. Okay, I gotta fix that. So enabled servers have an ID, but then also, so does this thing. I don't think I want this one anymore. I think that's the difference. Right, because I want this one. Oops. And this one too. Oh, see, that one does have an ID. What do I... Oh, all right. I know what to do. Keep it. Call it the key. And I'm gonna call it I have a server instance ID that I'm not using. Maybe I should call it enabled server ID. Okay, let me think about this. So I've got overly complicated data sources. Okay, so I have a list of game servers. Each one of these has an ID. And this is a game that I can create an instance of. So I have an enabled servers, which tells me, gives me an ID number, which game server it is, the name that I've called it, whether it's active or not, and then the container so I can manage Docker. So now this is the unique ID for that instance. That's the instance ID. Now when I pull up Project Zomboid, storing the serialized configuration data to JSON and storing it in a column. I did. I actually was having that thought yesterday. Yeah, it was a shower thoughts, right? I was thinking about that. Like, I could load all that data in. And I think that might be the way I'm gonna have to go. I think. Because that would definitely simplify it, and then I could just I think I could put it all in this table then. And I'm glad you said that, because I kind of forgot that I had that thought. Because I could put it all, everything that's in this class in that table. And then it doesn't matter, because I'll have this ID and it'll be an instance of that. And I think, yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, because yeah, that's right. Yeah, because I had this very thought. I'm like, if I just dump the entire config in the database, I could just, it would be updating a single column. So let's tackle it that way. Because then I don't need this. Yeah, some people do. Yeah, some people definitely do judge that. Excuse me. And you're right. Storing it is going to be way easier. And yeah, I think it will make things more, I don't want to say less complex, but it's going to make it more compact. So let's do that. Need this. Rest of that can stay. And then let's look at an enabled server. Has an ID, has a game server ID, instance name, container ID is active. And then I'm going to say public string configuration. So if I do that, and then, oh, that's a different, actually I want to, yeah, that's fine. And then the Zomboid server will still, what would be different here? Server config. I would still push in the configuration. I'm not doing anything crazy with any of those values, right? Nope, because this is all Docker stuff. Yeah, that's fine. Man, I'm glad you said something, because that would have taken me like an hour to realize I had that thought to just write the configuration out and save it. Let's see. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. There we go. So yeah, I create the configuration, I blank it out. Now when I come to game servers and I hit create, well, and I add the game server to it. Oh, create instance. Like, where's the code that creates this? It's right there. We'll do create that. Now, instead, I have server.can. Oh wait, game server. Oh wait, no. Where should I create it? So let's the context. I'll need to come back and fix this one, because this will be the same. That one. Okay, so we'll create an instance of the config file there. And then have game server. So what's the game server again? Okay, right, that's this. And then I'm going to create an instance of an enabled server. Okay. Okay. All that extra white space. Whoa, oops. What did I do? Is active. False. And this one is going to be equal to why has my brain stopped working up? Wow. What is happening? Then I will add it. I won't add the config. Now I'm going to add enabled server. This one. It removed that. Well, this doesn't need to have that inherited anymore. That's what I need to do. Now I don't need that. And now it's going to be enabled server. Now the command center context is not going to have that anymore. Okay, so now I will go to edit. No, this one. Simplify those. That's not a little bit nicer. Now, when I come in, I get the ID. So this is going to be enabled server would be equal to await text enabled servers first. Actually, I want just find. Then I can say project. Ooh, whoops. Oh, that's, I'm creating it there. Too many control clicks. This is going to be equal to Newton, or no. Deserialize an object of server.configuration. Nope. I think I want to actually do this twice. Enabled server is equal to null. Turn not found. Oops. I can't type tonight. Wow, this is ridiculous. It's embarrassing. I've only been typing for 36 years, no, 34 years of my life. You think I could type found? But apparently I cannot, so. Or enabled server dot configuration null or typing. It is hard. Or is 0. Ah. It looks. That's pretty good. I like that. That's clever. I don't need that check there because I check it before I deserialize it. And then the reality of it is I don't need to do any of that. Do it right there. Deserializing the JSON to the specified net type. Oh, it's a possible null reference again because I don't but yeah, that's fine. It's just a warning. It'll be all right. Oh, that's right. I'm gonna modify the save. So here we'll have to do text context dot so this is excuse me, a post to the page from the page. It's just the configuration. So I'll need enabled servers dot find. I'm gonna need to have that ID, which I of course don't have. Do I? Actually do. So before I had the ID field and I was hiding it in a hidden in a hidden element so I can pull it on the post. So what I need is I need to do that same thing so I can do it again. There's all these extra ones. A little out of hand. Enable the specific properties you want to bind to. Oh, yeah, I don't know that. Let's see. Well, I know for this, I don't need any of this information. Actually, what do I have for what was instance ID? That was an integer. I think the enabled server has an instance name. Okay, that's fine. So I don't need that. But I need to be able to edit. Trying to think about the flow of this. If it's going to, I can edit the enabled server, but I already have a place to do that. So I won't need to edit like the instance name. So I don't need to put that here. That's something different. This here is gonna be, I am currently binding to the project Zomboid configuration. That's what this is. Can you bind more than one property on a Razor page? I don't know if I'd ever want to do that. I don't think I do. Let's pull up my Razor pages, store query param in on page, something like that. Because I would, yeah, because I think so. I can make it a property on the page. So if I have from query on the page, and then I have it available in a standalone WebAssembly. That's a WebAssembly. This isn't WebAssembly. I think this is what I want. This from query. I think that's what I would like. I think. I don't know. Oops. So we'll say public int ID get set. And then this is going to be from query. And then I put in the name equals it was ID, right? And then now I should be able to take that, just put it like that. Is that okay? Yeah, there we go. So now that's there. And ID is there now. God, it's just, that's kind of magical. Like the kind of magic that is going to break something in the future because it's not as super obvious. Actually, I don't know why I just changed that because I'm going to change this whole thing. Enabled server. Enabled server dot configuration is going to be equal to convert serialize object. No, not project Zomboid. Nice, save changes. I'll just say if enabled server is to null. Then I attach it, I save. Really, if I have, let me think about this. So I'm put the change together. I await the save. If I encounter an error during the save, I really just want to I just want to throw it up. I'm gonna throw the error. And get rid of this. That doesn't break anything else, right? Nope, 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 nope. We can get rid of that. The extra stuff on top. And that is Project Zomboid edit. And I think that's pretty close, isn't it? To the ever mighty build. Oh, errors. That's okay. Oh, because it's no longer, yeah, it's no longer a child. So when I bring in a game server, I will have to bring in the Zomboid configuration. I'm not going to bring in the Zomboid configuration. I'm going to bring in enabled server. Then I will have a private enabled server. Settings, we'll call it. This.server config is now going to be called deserialize object of project Zomboid configurations. Enabled server dot configuration. And now it's enabled server settings. All right. Now what was config? I don't even remember. A server config? Enabled server dot configuration does not equal null. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. Where did I go? There we go. Lost my place. All right, next build. Oh, yeah. Yep, don't need that more. Fix one piece of code. Oh, I thought it went down to 11. Create. So what am I creating here? Project Zomboid configuration. I will never use this create. We're not even going to do that. All right, no server instance. Delete. Okay, so we will. How am I getting it? Oh, this is on the get of the delete. So we're going to not use this one anymore. It's going to be enabled servers. It's going to be find an ID. And we'll just cut that out here. Server is equal to this. Convert deserialize object server.configuration. Not finding async here. Oops. Turn not. Okay. Why does it have a problem with this? It's cannot implicitly convert type of object to that. Do that. Okay, so now we're going to delete. Bar server is gonna wait. Stop. Enabled servers. Dot and async. B. This whole thing. If server. Nope. Then I'm gonna say context dot enabled servers dot remove. Then await save changes. Well, this goes away. Oh, says no issues. But there are some. Same ones as before. Yep. Was that I saw somebody else that was streaming? It says I delete code for a living. Kind of nice, actually. And these ones go away. On the index page, I don't get the ID, but I will. Ouch, neck. All right, that's this page, yeah. Oh, yeah. This page may not work at all with this new configuration the way it's laid out at the moment. Let me think about how this is going to work. I'm not going to use this page because everything's going to be a game server, so it doesn't really matter. Just click that then. Details. Enabled server. Oh wait. If, ooh, that was weird. Now if it does equal null, then return not found. This is going to be equal to sun convert deserialize. Ah! Configuration. Found with parens. Only 36 more errors to go. Hooray! This is the Zomboid server. Oh, shit. Bam. And so when I start the server, I'm attaching the server config. Oh, so I'll just say enabled server.configuration is equal to some convert dot serialize object. I feel like I literally just did this. What? Oh, I built. Duration is equal to that. Delete. Which one did I have? I was just gonna go copy the code. Edit? Or I did it? Yep, that's the spot. That. And get rid of those. And then of course I shift deleted. Need to copy that one again. Index. Oh wait, no, the index page isn't actually doing anything anymore. That's right. Right. Cheerio. Oh man, we're almost done. Almost got it knocked out. Details. The details still doesn't have that. Now does it have that? Like it should. Doesn't. Project Zomboid's details. Well, this is an edit page anyway, so I don't really care if it has. Oh, okay. Control K, Control C. Hooray! No errors. Okay, let's. Probably because I'm on the wrong. No, I'm on the right page. What is happening here? Oh, I didn't update the database. I changed all the models. Oops. Yeah. I did summon the no errors beast. I did. That was all me. Not there. Steam. I legitimately don't know where this. Yep. Open Explorer. Is there? I'm just dumb. No, it's not in source. It's in. Okay. Let's see. .NET EF migrations add merged game enabled data or models. Unable to create DP context of type. Project Zomboid configuration. Oh, is it still in there? Maybe I didn't get rid of it yet. I have it right there. Yep. Get rid of that one. Ah! Did it go? Let's see. Oh, I'm not running on the current version. I'm not gonna update it. That's a risky move. Let's see. So now I've got migrations. What is it? Is it an update? I was trying to look it up on the side and I can't see it. Yeah, update. Oops, no, it's not migrations, it's just .NET EF update. What? Am I just that dumb? .NET EF update. Migration overview. I swear it's that. Yep, that's the migrations ad. Oh, database update. This is what happens when you work on something long enough and you end up just scripting it so you can just double click and do the migrations, and I don't run the commands ever. So again, that's on me. And somehow I managed to close a tab that middle click close a window, and I closed something that I had wanted to keep open. All right, it's gonna work this time. Almost absolutely sort of sure. Hey, it didn't puke. Hooray! Why didn't it go down? Ah, now it went down all the way. We'll just click it. The heck with it. Then I got a new enabled server. And so I save changes. So now enabled server. It's not enabled server. Has an ID. There we go. There it is. Sweet. Sweet. Oh, that's just so many settings. Thank you. Thank you. It's a pretty big accomplishment for me. I got something done without royally screwing it up, I guess. Oh, let's see. Oh, that's just so many fields. Okay. So that's a nice transition. I do like that design better. That's just way simpler. I think that is going to make life much better, I think, on the development side. So now that I've turned it off, I'm going to turn it back on again. I didn't mean to close the window. I just wanted to minimize it. Oh, man. Here we go. Oh, boys. Now, I don't have an enabled servers window. So I would have to go for right now. And that takes me to a specific game. So yeah, I want to well, thanks for sticking around, PBD. I appreciate it. You have a good night, and I will see you later. You are very much welcome. Have a good night. All right, I think... yeah, let's do our enabled servers pages real quick, because that should be pretty straightforward. Servers. Add new scaffolded items. Yeah, we'll just create them all, and I'll clean them out when I'm done. Enabled servers using that. And yep, add. Build them. Oh, well, that's building. I wanted to pull up the weather. What's the weather doing in, that's right, none of this stuff works. I use AdGuard, right? AdGuard on my network, and so it blocks a lot of things from working. Telecast. I don't think that's gonna work. No. It's 46 degrees. Really what I care about. There we go. That's what I want. Main. Should tell me the times that was running. Oh. Okay, so I got my new classes here, or my new pages. So I'm going to have an index page. Oh, why is it pulling all this? Oh, because that's Zomboid. Ah ha ha. Clicky. X, this is the one. I think that's just gonna work as is. We're just gonna run it. I like to see the errors anyway. It's good for learning. And this is going to be enabled servers. There it is, look at that. And it's got a whole bunch of stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I don't want to see the configuration, so we'll get rid of that column. We'll get rid of it here as well. Now, difference here is this needs to go to a new page. This needs to go to project Zomboid edit. Cream. Why is it only showing? That's not going to the right one. Edit page. I gotta restart. Oh. I just typed it wrong. I probably didn't have to do that. Oh. Oh, it hurts. Oh. I got sore muscles right across my upper chest and shoulders. All right, so something's still wrong here. Maybe it's that. No, that's fixed it. Good. However, I think, well, that's not going to work because I need to be able to change that instance name. So actually, this is going to go back here to what it was. Oh, Bobby B. Thanks for the raid. How was the race going? Did you finish in the top 5? I had money bet on you. Howdy, howdy. Good evening. Finished minus 35 laps down. Wow. So I think I lost all my money on that bet. That is that's a bit unfortunate. See, 17th place. That's not terrible. I mean, it's not last, right? Yeah, inside the top 20, that's a win. If it was me, I wouldn't even make it probably past the second lap. I would wipe out hard. Especially when it was sliding like you were doing earlier when I was watching. Oh man. I thought if I was sitting there thinking like, if that was me, I'd be dead. I would be dead. Yeah, it definitely looked like it. I did not envy your race on that one at all. It was pretty tough indeed. Oh man, I'm gonna turn my fan on. It's getting toasty down here. I think the heat must have kicked on upstairs. Cool. Thanks for coming in. Making some pretty good progress this evening on my Steam game server command center. I've been refactoring a lot of the code to make it a little bit simpler, and I think I've got it pretty well refined now. So now we're in a good spot, so I can start really hammering out some more servers into it and brushing up the front homepage a little bit, or the UI, so we can do some deployments and try testing out a couple of servers. Yep, I got a grand total of 2 games loaded up on it now. I got Valheim and Project Zomboid. I'm actually working through now, just trying to get the configuration set up for Zomboid so that it will update the files and configurations correctly. I was actually just working on changing this. This is all the settings. I actually need that to go to a new page. And I was trying to figure out how that was going to work, because I haven't thought this all the way through, like most everything else that I do. Project Zomboid 16, right? Yeah, this is the one I've been working on. Oops. So I've been kind of hammering through some of this. I do have all of the settings for a Zomboid server configuration going. Oh, that's right. You're going to Kansas City. Gonna go get some Comic-Con on. That'll be awesome. You're right. It is gonna work. Yep. So we're almost to the point where you'll be able to change all the settings for the server here, and be able to hit save and just click a button. It restarts the server with the new configs. Oh, I definitely will. I'll do some digging around tomorrow and see, but if you get my card signed, that's all I care about. I think that'll be sweet. Then I have to find a place I can put it in my office. Let's see. What happens? What is an enabled server knows what type it is, right? It has a game server ID, so I know by looking at the game server what its Steam app ID is. Yeah, so I can figure out how to load that config correctly. See you later, Bobby. Sleep tight. Have a good, safe trip to Kansas City. So yeah, so when I pull in the index page of all my servers, I want to go to the edit page for the enabled server. The thing that I don't want is to let's see. Oh, first let's go to the details page. Let's step through it one bit at a time, or the edit page. The edit page should not show configuration because that's encoded in JSON, so I don't want to see that there. I will, however, put a link. Actually, I think what I'll do, I won't put it here. I'll put it here. Oh no, I can't do that there. No, it's got to go on the details or on the edit page because I need to have some way of knowing which server to send it to. No, I really want it right here. It's got to go here. ASP page. And I think what I will do. Sorry, I'm thinking in my head. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to modify the enabled server object to be smart enough to know how to get to where it needs to go. So I've got all these settings here. This configuration is going to be a generic configuration store for anyone, any game. So what I'm going to need is I'm going to need to look at I don't have it in this object to see. Farts. That's not going to work like I want it to then. Well, the index page can have it. I can do it here because the index page, I have access. I have my data contacts. I'll just have to do it here. That's not a big deal. No, I can't do it there either. Man, just getting my butt kicked all over the place here. So I have to have it here with the enabled server. I have to have, in addition to the game server ID, I need to have which the Steam ID. I need to also have the Steam ID. I hate having to duplicate it though because it's in there already. I have the Steam app ID in the game server, but I need to have it here. I don't want to spaghetti all my stuff in, so yeah, it's gonna be here. So I'll pass that in, which means all those pages that I just modified, I'm gonna have to do it again. Actually, it should just be this one. Because when I create instance, when I create an instance, so I get I get the game server, I find it. Valheim I don't need to mess with. I haven't converted that to the new data structure yet. However, this one does need to say enabled server dot Steam app ID is going to be equal to game server dot Steam app ID. Now I have the Steam app ID in each object. So now I can write my code. I do have it open here. Okay. So now I can write two new functions. Public string. What do I want to call it? It's going to be a route. It's a route to the edit page. It's going to be edit page route. And then I'm going to have another one that's called all I need, really. I don't need another one at the moment. Okay, so this one is going to be just like this. Copy this code. Here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, just look at its own Steam app ID. And I'm not gonna do any of this stuff because all I need is the string. Cool. There we go. Same here. Except now it's going to be just that. I got too many buttons pressed down. There we go. Let's return. So now when I'm here, it's going to be at item edit page. Oh man, look at that. I spelled route wrong twice. Dummy. ASP route ID. Still gonna be item.id. Gonna be edit configuration. I have to stop it. I have to modify my database. So to do that, I need to open up my terminal. I have to say migrations add Steam app ID to enable servers. It builds correctly. I actually didn't try to build it. Looks like it's gonna work. Update. So that's gonna make a change to my database. Be able to see that here in just a moment. There we go. Steam app ID. Let's just go here to game servers. Those are all the same ones. Changes. Yeah, so let's see if it loads it. I'm concerned about that edit page route, but we'll test it. Enabled servers. So edit still takes me to that page. Good. I'm gonna call this one testing. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that yet because there's another concern there. Oh, see, it's going to enabled servers. Bugger. Converting this grouper method non-delegate type top. Converting method group edit page route to non-delegate type object. Yeah, what do you recommend? Let's look at that and see if anybody else has done this in the past. Googlies. ASP page. User page. Route from property. Routing and Razor pages. Using ASP page and ASP route and ASP.NET Core. Well, I don't think that's gonna really be what I want. I want to say dynamic ASP page. That's what I want. Razor page, dynamic ASP page. We'll just leave it at that. Did you build, configure, deploy amazing type? That's not what I want. dynamically rendered ASP.NET Core Razor components. These are Razor components. I'm not really doing that in this iteration of the app, so I'm hoping that that's not. Yeah. Let's just, can I find on the page ASP page? Yeah, there's nothing there. That's not what I want. How to use routing in ASP Core Razor pages. X.NET teen. I've been here several times. Alright, so the problem here is converting method group edit page route to non-delegate type object. Enabled server. That does return a page. Is it that simple? There's no way it's that simple. No. It actually is that simple. Well, okay, so now here's the real question. So I've got some values here. I'm gonna just take a quick snippet here just so I can see what's there. Because now my concern is I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna call this test instance. I'm gonna hit save. And now it's all gone. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Deleted it all. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Damn, that's fine. I can fix that. I was kind of concerned that it was going to do that. On the edit page. So the first thing I need to do, close that. I don't need that anymore. I'm going to say var entity is equal to context dot find async enabled server dot id, and I'm gonna say if entity does not equal null, then what is the problem with this one? Cannot convert from int to system.type. First. Oh no, I've got to say enabled servers dot. Oh. And then if it's not null, then I'm going to say entity dot instance name is equal to this. What are some of the other fields? Is active, it's probably the only other one I'll do. It is equal to enabled server dot is active. And then context, I don't think I need to say attached again. Do modified. And then I do the save. That way I pull in the settings and then I make sure they don't get overwritten with nothing because nothing got sent back to the server. So we'll stop, we'll reload. I will have to create a new enabled server, so I have values to test it. So game servers, Zomboid, create new server. 17. Enabled servers. Test instance 2. Now it's all there. Now it works as expected. I can hit edit. I can modify the test instance. I'm actually need to make these so they're not changeable. There's all the actual configuration if you want to read it. That's so much to read. I'm not going to display that on anywhere. And go to edit. It lets me go back to edit, back to list. Let's delete that one. Delete that one. It is sweet. All right. I'm going to put the link to the enabled servers here. And then I can pretty much navigate anywhere that I want. Let's see, game servers. It's gonna copy this. The enabled servers. Enabled servers, game servers. And I'm going to change that to say, instead of game servers, I'm going to call it available game servers. And the Valheim servers, that's got to get modified. Okay, this is excellent. Oh, let's see. Let's go to this index page. Let's get rid of this. That actually, yeah, we'll get rid of this one. So now when I refresh it, now that doesn't have that button. I'm okay with that. We'll get rid of that. Rid of this too. Refresh should go away. I'm gonna have to have a couple more buttons here on the game server. I need to have a play or a start if it's not started, but I haven't figured out how to get the status of each of those servers yet. Because when I tried to run it before, it wasn't working. The way I'm doing this is all kind of hokey. I'm using the processes in the background, and I was trying to query the status of a container, and it wasn't working right. So I don't know. We'll see. But we are coming up very close to the end of the stream time, and one of the things that I needed to do, I need to get this project put into GitHub, because I don't have it there. I did just, for whatever reason, I had never put it up there. Projects, Steam. So let's see. All of this is here. So I'm going to save all of this, and I'm going to try to get my app loaded into GitHub. So first thing we're going to do is I need to go and create a new project, or create a new repository, I guess. We'll call this one, what do I call this Steam server? Command Center. A one-stop shop for hosting your own Steam servers, Steam game servers in Docker containers, all managed from a single web application. Public. I'll put the README in myself. I'll also put my own git ignore. Which license do I want? Let's choose a license.com. I want it simple and permissive. Permissions, commercial use, limitations. This license explicitly states that it does not provide any warranty or liability. Private notice. Yeah. What is this? This is the MIT license. MIT license. Yeah, it still created it there anyway with the file, so I could have put the README there too. So now, what have I got here? So I have, I'm gonna close the app now. It is called Steam Server Command Center. I'm just gonna call it 2 because I'm terrible at doing this and I always get paranoid. Let's clone this project. All right, so now we have that. Create. Source. Docs. Now I'll open up source. Go up a couple. Move all of this. Into the source directory. And now I'm gonna fire back up Visual Studio. Click on that and say, hey, it's not there. Yeah, it's fine to remove it. Open a project or solution. Projects, Steam Command Center, source. Oh. Make sure it still loads and builds and all that stuff. No errors, bunch of warnings. Don't care about those though. All right, so that's done. So let's go to docs. DocFX. DocFX installed. Okay, let's set up DocFX and create my documentation project. DocFX. So we are going to start by saying .NET tool update -g docfx. Okay. .NET packager. Guess I would have figured that it was going to work. Okay. I have .NET XDK installed. Enter the following command to install the latest docfx. That's what I thought I did. Oh, because I'm stupid. Look at what I typed. Docfx. I'm getting tired apparently because I can't type. That's not true. I couldn't type anyway. Oh man, this is terrible. Okay, basic concepts. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Calculate the age of a person so it can be used to generate output like this. Static documentation pages are prepared using Markdown. Yep, I know that. Consuming the most common use case for processing .NET projects is to specify one or more CS project files in the Docfs JSON. Helpful to understand separate steps the tool uses. Docfs metadata effects. Steps called metadata. Quick start. So I got that. So create a new doc set, run. So I'm inside of docs. So it'll be docfx init. This utility will work you through creating it. It only covers the most common items. It tries to guess sensible defaults. Name. This one is going to be called the Steam Server Command. Sure. Generate .NET API documentation? No, because there's no API for this one. Markdown language locations and docs. Enable site search, yes. Enable PDF. Yeah, we'll keep PDF. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay, so I've got that. So now I can say docfx, docfx.json, serve, not server, serve. Serve option specified, but TC port 8080 is already being in use. There's nothing running on 8080. It's trying to load, but there's nothing there. Unless I've got something else running on port 8080. I can just change the port. That's not a big deal. Code. Source. Oh, maybe I can't change. I thought that was just a config file thing. Oh, yeah, I know it's not. Oh, see, that didn't error. So there is something listening on port 8080. I wonder if it's like my chat server. Yeah, it is. It's my WebSocket server for StreamerBot is using port 8080. All right, well. To preview, can I? So I just need to figure out how to change that. Docfx change serve port. So let's go -p 8081. That was easy enough. Still loading. Try again. Auto, light, dark. I like that. I like that. That works pretty good now. Last time I tried doing this, it didn't work right, so it was always kind of a pain in the butt. Okay, so now we've got that. We can kill that one. I will end up publishing it to GitHub pages once I get some more information on it. Let's go back to the basic concepts. Of passing in a source metadata. Oh, it's not even, doesn't even have it in there. In the docx JSON file. Although docx can build a documentation website in one step. Yeah. There's global metadata. Yeah. Okay, I'll just put it up here. We'll just say meta data. And we'll say source. And I have files and I have a path. Oops. Source, where would it be? It would be source. Oh, no. And CS prop. Oh, this has a destination of API. Oh. Well, I can make the destination anything I want, I think. Okay, so the files are that. I hit comma. Don't need to have that comma. Destination. I call it text. Let's try to run it again. Was test legit? I don't remember. Must not have processed it correctly because it didn't do anything. Generate APIs. To add API docs to a .NET project, add a metadata section before the build section. That's doing it for DLLs. So let me see. I've got bin debug.net. Yeah, it could be that's not right. I don't know if that's gonna make a, well, I have some of that code commented. And the metadata, no, docset.build, generating from the assemblies when the file extension dll.exe, doc produces API docs reflecting the assembly, and the side-by-side XML documentation files. Yeah, it's probably not necessary for this particular project, so I'm just going to comment them all out. I'll just cut it out. Okay, so that is more over the top. I've got it built. Let's come here to introduction. I have the app running still. Yeah, for that, and let's just rerun it. To the Steam command. I'm gonna call it site. This is still a work in progress, so check back later for updates. Doesn't actually live update. I did know that. All right, so those changes are all there. This. Ignore.io. Visual Studio. Studio Code. C#. .NET Core. Add more. Yep, let's create it. Command center. Not gonna fill out this with much content tonight. Just trying to get it all kind of built. Get status. I'm gonna say mv get ignore to get ignore. Add all. Yeah, it added a whole bunch of stuff. Ah, crap, it added .site. Notepad. I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna say X. Delete it. Initial commit app. Oh, it did work. Nice. And refresh. Awesome. All right. Well, that is good enough for one night. I am ready to fully collapse and go to bed, I think. Let's see. Yep, nope, I think that's a pretty good stopping point. I will be on sometime tomorrow to work some more. I don't know for sure what time. It's probably going to be earlier in the day because I've got several other things that are going on, and I'm going to have a house full of kids, so it'll probably be an earlier day stream just to get it knocked out before the kids drive me bonkers. We'll see. It'll probably be about the same. Working on this app, I want to get some more changes on this. I've made some good progress tonight. Kind of want to keep that momentum going. And yeah, I am going to be updating the times on my streams. My daughter's starting softball already, so I am losing pretty much a day of my weekend practices and things. So there might be some adjustments moving forward, but we will kind of do, well, I guess we'll just do what we can and figure out what we need to do. So I guess then until tomorrow, everybody, take it easy and have a good rest of your day. Take it easy. Bye.